Loneliness is terrible for some people, especially when they have not chosen it on their own. Separation, financial disaster, loss of job, challenging phases of life are often accompanied by loneliness. However, you can choose to enjoy being alone instead of suffering from loneliness. These are special moments. If you spend them with a positive mindset, it can help you be highly creative and productive. Here are some tips. Stop blaming others or circumstances for your loneliness. You are unnecessarily empowering them and disempowering yourself by doing that. Stop waiting for the better times to come. Make the best out of this very moment. Find out what you can do best on your own. Deal with your unpleasant emotions such as guilt, regret, grief, anger, hatred, and jealousy. Be your best friend and be an excellent companion for yourself. Joyously accept the opportunity to be alone and rise beyond the need to feel lonely. Discover the brilliance in the lonely phase of life. Here are some of the radical statements which will make you feel better in these moments. The statements are based on Radical Crystalline Mind book. Recite after me. I revive my loneliness. I recognize my loneliness. I realign my loneliness. I reorient my loneliness. I reposition my loneliness. I revive my guilt of making others feel lonely in the past. I recognize my guilt of making others feel lonely in the past. I realign my guilt of making others feel lonely in the past. I reorient my guilt of making others feel lonely in the past. I reposition my guilt of making others feel lonely in the past. I revive my need for loneliness. I recognize my need for loneliness. I realign my need for loneliness. I reorient my need for loneliness. I reposition my need for loneliness. I revive my reasons for loneliness. I recognize my reasons for loneliness. I realign my reasons for loneliness. I reorient my reasons for loneliness. I reposition my reasons for loneliness. I revive the brilliance in the loneliness. I recognize the brilliance in the loneliness. I realign the brilliance in the loneliness. I reorient the brilliance in the loneliness. I reposition the brilliance in the loneliness. I revive my association of loneliness with growth. I recognize my association of loneliness with growth. I realign my association of loneliness with growth. I reorient my association of loneliness with growth. I reposition my association of loneliness with growth. I revive my need to be my best companion. I recognize my need to be my best companion. I realign my need to be my best companion. I reorient my need to be my best companion. I reposition my need to be my best companion. Cherish the moments. Cherish the moments of being on your own. Make the best out of the moments that you've got with your own self. Stay tuned with Aatmn and keep listening.